What's up? I use pretty much every action camera over the past few years, including 360 cameras, but they all got replaced now with this one here, the DJI Osmo Nano, which in my opinion is the best action camera currently because it really does everything I need at least. And yeah, we are on the way to Kankrochan National Park here in Thailand right now, which will definitely be a good opportunity to test out this camera even more. And I shot a short film recently with it. So let's get into it. Let me tell you why I think this is the action camera to get. Curve! That was a sharp one. Here, it says leopard and panthers. Yeah. Here's already one example. Like I'm sitting in the car now, have the camera mounted outside to film my mirror, and I can see it from the inside and even stop recording. There's a deer. Gone. Saw the first deer, and guess who didn't have his camera ready? Yeah, I actually drive like that now to be sure, to be safe. Not safe about my car, but safe that I don't miss any animals. Found some wildlife. It's pretty wild. Yeah, it got a bit late today. We spent quite some time driving around looking for leopards, but we didn't see one. Saw some monkeys though too, they were a bit smaller. Quite cute actually. Anyway, Osmo Nano, I want to start talking about the practical side of things first when it comes to this little camera, because this is why I like it so much. Like that little short film was just a little challenge and also to show you what's possible with such small cameras. But the way how I see it more is that those small cameras allow me at first to shoot behind the scenes footage in a easy way that doesn't require much setup or so, and that's important oftentimes because when you edit your videos you oftentimes have that situation that you're just missing a little bit of B-roll footage that would just make the video a lot better, because it's just better to watch than just watching your talking face all the time. But then you're missing the shots, and just by having this camera, for example, attached to my chest where essentially the DJI mic is now, you get a different angle. It mustn't be the best footage always. It's oftentimes just about having another angle. Now, of course, it was possible to do that with GoPros. It was possible to do that with 360 cameras, with the DJI Osmo Action Line. You could do that with all of those cameras, but this one here makes it even easier because you can unattach it here and then it's actually just such a small camera. Now, the way how I use it before, I just have it attached to my chest, and then I can of course get all the B-roll, like POV shots, but I can at any time take this camera off my chest, point it towards me and say something into the camera, and that actually makes a huge difference. And when I set up other shots of myself, I have the screen disconnected so I can monitor the framing perfectly. It is better than connecting your camera to your phone, because you know, connecting that always sucks. Like sometimes it won't connect or it takes a bit too long and stuff. And here it's literally, I just turn the camera on, unplug it, and I'm ready. Like it's connected all the time. Even when I'm disconnected already, I can turn the camera on and off from a distance, and it makes such a big difference. It's a bit of an irony because I got the DJI Osmo 360 before, because I thought that would be the perfect camera, because in single lens mode I could essentially use it as an action camera, and then I have the 360 functionality to just capture everything around me, so I would always have shots of myself, of what I'm doing. But I was wrong about it, because despite having a really good video quality, like 10-bit D-Log-M now available on this camera, like that was my biggest gripe always with Insta360 cameras before, that the video quality was just too different from my other cameras. I notice still that it's too cumbersome to use, because at first I'm not really sure what I get, because maybe something, or even myself is a bit too close to the stitching line or so sometimes, and then I might be frustrated in the edit that it doesn't come out as good as I want to. And of course, it always takes a bit more time in the editing because you have to go into the DJI app or also in the Insta360 app, have to export everything and then, you know, change your framing and stuff until everything fits. It isn't really fun when you edit your videos. And then of course, specifically to the DJI Osmo 360, it's also that you can't really replace your lenses quickly in case you scratch them. That's why I tried lens guards and they just enhance the stitching line problem a lot. It was actually unusable, so I ended up not really using this camera anymore. And now the Osmo Nano essentially solves that because I don't have to do any of that. I just have it attached to my chest and it films everything around me. Of course, it's not the same as filming myself constantly, but let's be honest, it's just difficult because you can't always like have a selfie stick with your drone flying around you or someone else filming you, so there are just physical limits, right? And yeah, I would now actually say that just having this POV perspective instead of actually filming myself is actually enough. I don't need much more. I'm totally happy with it. And of course, there are a few other practical things, which is also why I have this case here. Like this case is actually not original. That's not included with this camera. Just ordered that from China. It's a cheap one. But everything that the camera comes with fits inside. That's at first the chest mount here, so you get your POV perspective, but I think you're already aware of that. But what it also has, and I found that super nice that it comes with this, is this little suction cup here, because this gives you so many opportunities to attach the camera to anything else. Like I use it a lot in my car, but you can also attach it to windows, like even to my hand here, like everything that is essentially a flat surface. And that really gives you a lot of options. Then the Osmo Nano itself is also magnetic, so you can oftentimes just attach it to anything that's metallic. And it also comes with that little clip mount here. To be fair, I didn't use that so far, but I'm pretty sure like if I really want to push it sometimes, then that would help as well. And I find it super nice that all of those accessories are included. They actually come with it. I also got ND filters here. I think they're from Sky RC or something like that. Didn't want to spend much money on it, so I just ordered those ones here. By the way, nothing of that here is sponsored. It's like all purchased with my own money. Fuck. Alex, I broke your chair. I was sitting and suddenly the chair went. Oh no, I will get you a new one. No, fuck. Don't worry, am I really that fat? It's not that fat, or? Like I've seen much fatter people. Anyway, that's the main reason why I like this camera so much. Like it's so flexible, I can mount it anywhere pretty much. I always have a POV perspective of myself. The practicality of this camera is really what convinced me about it. But of course, if it's only that, if the video quality is not there, it would likely not have convinced me. So let's come to that next. There it is. Hopefully. 5 AM, we're waiting for a truck to go up the viewpoint. We didn't book one in advance. Yeah, we should have booked in advance. Get alone.
We're looking for a ride, everybody.
Just arrived at another viewpoint here. Looks super nice, and I quickly wanted to show you what I mean when it comes to practicability with BTS content. And now you see here, like my usual setup, especially now that I shoot wildlife, is like I would have my R5 Mark II here with that 100-500 lens, and then I would have my C50 currently here, or an R8 or something like that for vlogging. And obviously, like 2 big camera bodies full frame is a lot. So what I would do now instead with the DJI Osmo Nano is that I have it attached here to my chest, as you can see. And so I can quickly get my BTS shots of like doing something with the camera or so. But then at any time, I would just pick it up and I could straight up, like even with one hand, I can like talk into the camera directly. It looks good, and obviously this is so much smaller and easier to hold than the C50, for example, right now here. So this is actually a lot more convenient, and usually if you want to just give some information of what you're doing right now, what's going on, but you have to talk into the camera, this is actually enough. Like, you don't actually need much more quality. Of course, I also prefer to have a bit of background blur and stuff, but especially when I'm walking around like that with that heavy lens and stuff, then it's just a lot more convenient to have a small camera like that. Now, of course, the Osmo Nano could be as practical as it wants to be if the video quality wouldn't be there, and that's why I'm shooting on it right now to at first show you the audio quality of it, because that's the internal audio right now. And this is actually quite important for vlogging, in my opinion, because if you quickly want to say something into the camera, you obviously don't necessarily want to connect a microphone extra, even that DJI mic 3 or 2 or whatever you have. Those mics connect to the DJI Osmo Nano, but you would still have to turn those microphones on, and therefore I find it pretty valuable if you can just turn the camera on and use the internal microphone to say something. And as you can hear right now, it actually sounds really good, so it works perfectly. It's not great when there's a lot of wind around you, but well, that's the case with most microphones, so I don't really worry about that. And also the video quality, it has 10-bit D-Log M, like most DJI drones and action cameras, etc. I have, and I find the video quality actually very similar to the Action 5 Pro, and that has been a pretty good one. So it grades well, it looks good, the dynamic range is decent. There are even some shots I got with this camera where I really liked the skin tones of it, like straight out of camera with a quick color grade, and that's also not often the case with action cameras, because there has been quite a bit of detail in the skin tones, and oftentimes it looks a bit flat and you really have to work it to make it look good. But here I had quite a few shots where it came out good instantly. What are you filming? Nothing. Nothing? It doesn't look like nothing. You're really concentrated here. What's there?
Eagle.
Eagle. Oh, nice. Told you they speak my language. Oh, nice. I get him. A nice shot, really nice.
Yeah, 2 seconds.
Also, I like those two branches here. It gives it a nice frame.
Nice wild.
That's such a good shot, man. That was actually a good example here of why getting the BTS or POV shot from my chest was important, because I only got 2 little shots of those gibbons, but to tell a story behind the scenes, I could now use all that behind the scenes footage, which is multiple minutes long, and could pack a voiceover behind it saying like, oh, it was so hard to film them. I tried to get 8K 60 RAW here in my camera quickly to have a few more frames to slow it down or so later, but couldn't find it instantly and the monkey was gone. Things like that. Like, if I would not have that footage, I could not really do that, because then I would have to use A-roll for it, like just talking head. It wouldn't be the same as actually showing the behind the scenes footage together with a voiceover or so. That's why this camera is so powerful.
It's food o'clock.
Food o'clock.
I'm getting hungry.
Yeah, food o'clock. Alex had a bit of bad luck with his shots, so now I'm assisting him a bit, because I already got pretty good ones. So, I think on this trip you could also see again how valuable such a camera actually is, and especially the Osmo Nano. Of course, I'm not saying that it would actually replace like my big cameras. Like, it would certainly not be my main camera, and it would also not fully replace my B camera, but it is so good to have in certain situations that it's just a great camera to have. So this is like my favorite action camera now that replaces all my other ones. I will not use any other action camera anymore. And that's kind of the wrap up of this video. So if you want to have a relatively affordable action camera that you can use for a lot of stuff and that has great quality. Check out the DJI Osmo Nano. I will leave a link to this camera in the description below. It's an affiliate link. I get a small commission when you purchase through it, like around 5%, but you don't pay anything extra. So if you enjoyed this video, you find it valuable, then this is the best way to support this channel. And also check out the little short film that I shot on this camera. I will link it here in the corner, and I hope to see you in that video. Also consider subscribing if you want to watch more camera tutorials and reviews. I'm out. See you.